Good evening, good morning, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Cryptocurrency Theory. I want to talk about altcoins, guys, simply because the price of altcoins have not slowed down. We are sitting here in the afternoon time here, and the altcoins are basically not slowing down. So I decided that this being the effect, we make an episode on the altcoins, see what's going on, because we are seeing an increase in price on now Augur. Back on ordinals. Bitcoin Cash is continuing to go up. Some of the older coins, Mana, Phantom, Sandbox, some of these tokens have started to increase in price. So taking a look at this, not getting too much news coming out of this. There's not a big update on news. I'm looking at it right now. There's really nothing. So, these articles are just kind of coming out unrelated to maybe why Bitcoin Cash and other coins have extended this rally. So, it's about 7:28, June 23rd, and we are seeing how the markets turn. We don't have a clear-cut goal of where they could go in the short term, but in the long term, we absolutely know they're going up. So I wanted to make an episode on specifically some of the tokens that we were discussing the other night: flamingofinance, Metal, MakerDAO. Some of these coins are now down 2-3%. This isn't a thing because they're only down relative to like Ethereum. When we switch it on dollars, we've been gaining in price on most of these coins, and we are down about a little bit more on dollars. Nonetheless, these coins have basically came down, but not much. That's kind of what the episode is in regards to. Like, the prices have gone up and they've came down. They haven't gone up, crashed, gone up. So yes, they could crash. This could be a periodic time that we're just sitting here waiting for the market to crash again, or not crash, but wipe out gains. We've seen this time in and time out. However, the way that some of the coins are moving, not specifically the ones that are going up, this might be a possibility of an altcoin rally in the short term. And I mean, it's happening right now. We're seeing prices on a variety of different cryptos take off. On dollars, like I said, Augur, Ordinals, Phantom, Sandbox, Bitcoin Cash, Mana, Wax. Some of the coins that we haven't seen in a while, like Wax, and even coins like Steppen, Strike, some of these newer ones are in the green, and they haven't slowed down. They were in the green just the other day. We were talking about the same coins, and we did have a crash, guys. I mean, we can't forget that crash that occurred, but for the most part, it seems like most of these coins are wiping off the loss, and basically have reestablished their positions several days ago. It seems like weeks ago, and just in the last couple days, been able to reverse that pattern here, and that's really the only thing we can look at as a metric right now. But just FYI, guys, some coins that are starting to break out as well, that are starting to make it look like some of these volatility downs aren't as bad as they seem. Right now I am looking at Bitcoin SV looking to break out as well, to kind of catch up here. It looks like it's doing that right now, but I would like to see an increase in price past the $44 mark and basically make it relative to some of the other jumps we've experienced on some of the other coins. Obviously Dash, Zcash, and Monero took off a few days ago, but we need to make sure that these coins are in line with some certain points here. That way we can be a little bit more certain that these coins are basically about to melt faces, and that's basically what we want. We want people's faces to be melt once they see the price increase. And we're talking about Wall Street. We're talking about, local your local politician. We're talking about the whole nine. So we have to have this happen simply because when these tokens rise, there's nothing that can stop it, because it's basically a world market that's just going to run on its own without the help of any kind of public servant type entity. It just doesn't need to happen. So the prices just keep going. And basically, on some of these coins, if they all go up, it's going to show kind of really what's going on here. So like I said, Bitcoin SV, Dash, Zcash, some of these coins have recovered a bit from that drop. And are in the process of breaking out. And you guys can go explore some of those coins. I don't want this to be a chart video or, it's just another chart. Check out the charts, Bitcoin SV. Check out the charts, Dash, Zcash. And we might be getting the similar breakout on Bitcoin Cash, with Bitcoin Cash essentially leading the way on Ethereum and BTC Core. Like I said, guys, I did a video on it earlier. Go back and check it out if you have not. We basically cleared 1 year turbulent zones within both the Ethereum market and in the BTC market at the same time. Basically, a year of turbulence is now, if we can hold, basically cleared. We got to go a little bit higher, but seeing a increase in price in some of the other coins is a good sign too, because we want those to go up as well. We want, some of these coins like Neo. I wouldn't be surprised if we started seeing some other coins start really increasing in price incredibly fast. And I just pulled up Neo, and it looks to be doing exactly that, rising as we speak. It's sitting a little bit above $9. Really hasn't made a move, but at the same time, looking pretty solid for a move, that kind of thing. So we're watching a lot of these coins right now simply because they're all starting to increase in price, and that's basically when we start seeing some of these bigger movements. So we want to start seeing the zoom out effect on a lot of these altcoins, because we want to see it. I mean, we need to make sure that these altcoins are really going to see what might be going on here in the short term, in the long term, but we need to have a little bit more clarity on what we're doing here, because we look like we might be starting to zoom out here on a lot of these coins. Some of these moves that look like big moments in time. And again, pull up the charts yourself, guys. I don't want this to be a reminder of what's happened over the last year. It's a lot of stuff, but pin some of those dates. And in the current moment, in the current second time that we're in, it looks as if these altcoins are starting to go up readily fast. But I mean, we got to get a little bit clearance on, like I said, some of these other coins got to go up pretty fast. We're seeing that. We're just closely monitoring it to see if they're going to, piddle back down. But that's not what we're seeing. I want to be clear on that. We're seeing a increase in price on most of the big events. If you compare the size, the magnitude of the event comparatively to the jump that we just experienced, you'll see that it's almost cut in a third, or almost a fourth of the time it took for those events to pan out. So, like I said, if we go back down, I might not be having this same conversation here in a week, 2 weeks, that kind of thing. But if we continue this route up, like I said, it would have to be on a majority of these altcoins that have experienced some turbulence here. But, I mean, that would put us exactly in line with what we would have been assuming the entire time. So we need to see that. We'll check it out. We'll kind of follow it, see that kind of thing. But right now, like I said, increase in price on a majority of these altcoins that are mineable specifically. And some of the ones that, we got the first ERC20 token, Augur, on here. We got ordinals. We got some stuff on here that I'm not trying to get you to read too much into that, guys. You can if you want, but we are seeing a pretty good influx in movement with the prices going up from here. I mean, we just have to continue that initial jump to get a lot of these coins kind of out of the hole right here. But we are seeing from Bitcoin Cash, some other coins that might not be as hard as what originally thought. It actually, from the look of Bitcoin Cash, if Bitcoin Cash continues to go up, it will be quite interesting, because we are clearing numbers that we've seen in over a year. We have clearing Ethereum, Bitcoin volatility for over a year, and it's been basically overnight. So if we get that same pattern among some of these other coins, it's really good, guys. So that's kind of what we're hoping for. We are hoping for that gain to continue, and it's a very strong gain, guys. I recommend you guys look it up on on Bitcoin, that kind of thing, over the last year. We got a little bit more on Bitcoin to go, but Ethereum is definitely showing us some support here. Hopefully this is going to continue. I mean, this we've already broken out of a year on Ethereum price. So if we look at BTC, we are trailing in at about 0.006 BTC. So that's very far from where we've fallen at the top, guys, at 0.20 Bitcoin Cash or BTC per Bitcoin Cash. So we got to think about how large that number is. It's huge. So if that happens right now, conservatively, if the momentum moves up, because in the amount of time it's taken for a year, this could essentially be a 2-month thing, or a 1-month thing, or a 2-week thing. And these periods of time that may have appeared to be quite hazardous to crypto, Terra Luna and FTX just being the most recent ones, we might see a continued increase in price well beyond what we could have imagined. So to give you an idea of just where Bitcoin Cash is, just so everybody has kind of a clear-cut idea of how big the number of 0.20 Bitcoin is, we are looking at about $6,150 US, guys. So $6,150 US is being pretty conservative for Bitcoin Cash, in my opinion, simply because if you go back and you look at the price growth on BTC, when it was experiencing its boom, I would say likely Bitcoin Cash is roughly worth way more than that, maybe all the way up to the price of BTC at the moment. So I've kind of always been saying like 20 or 30, but we just don't know, where the support will come in, guys. We don't know if it's drifted into the oblivion or not. So we have to just kind of keep watching it as it unfolds, because like I said, in 2 weeks, if we're sitting here and I'm talking about a decrease in price, we pretty much wipe out all these gains, which are yearly gains. I want to be clear, guys. We're at yearly gains for Bitcoin Cash alone on Ethereum. We got to go a little bit higher to beat the yearly volatility on BTC at 0.007. So like I said, that hasn't been as hard as we thought, just based on the last 2 days. Because like I said, we've increased in price almost 100%. We just got to go a little bit higher, about another 20-30%, and we'll be clearing that yearly volatility on Bitcoin Core, on Bitcoin Cash, and that kind of thing. So we are watching these altcoins, like I said, guys, taking it back if you're just skipping through the episode. We do want to see an increase in price on various altcoins other than Bitcoin Cash, and seeing Bitcoin Cash lead this initial price jump, this is really good, because if we start seeing stuff like Ripple, Litecoin, and other coins, XRP, Ripple's XRP, Litecoin, and Binance Coin, and Ethereum Classic, and Doge, and EOS, just naming a few guys, Cardano, Tron, Monero, Bitcoin Gold, Neo, Augur, eCash, Quantum, Dash, zcash. I'm just going through them here, guys. Some of these Neo tokens like Flamingo Finance. If we start seeing explosions on some of these coins, and we saw it on Flamingo token or Flamingo Finance, guys. And again, I do not own any FLM. I'm not telling you to go buy any. I'm just letting you know that it was a token built on. It's a DeFi built on top of Neo platform, which just kind of is interesting because, there's not as much stuff built on Neo than there is Ethereum, and it's just kind of good to see a little bit of that competition, guys. We want that. So basically, Flamingo Finance is all the way back to 2020. So it is still around, coming up 3 years later. So we start seeing these big DeFi projects. Essentially, it's almost like Osmisi Go on Ethereum. That's how I would say Flamingo Finance is to Neo. Some of these decentralized DeFis that actually do stuff, like Osmisi Go on Ethereum, printing Tether, that is a thing in itself. Not to mention, Osmisi Go did actually increase in price against Ethereum and was one of the first runners in the May 2021 bull run, and a big supported project by Vitalik Buterin, who supported Osmisi Go in the early days. So again, on these prices, seeing these tokens go up, if we see Osmisi go up, great. But regardless, we are seeing a little bit of an increase in price on some of these other tokens that are built on top of things like Neo. So that is a thing. Looking at a few other prices, and we'll wrap it up here. That looks to be about it. I don't see anything really out of that's too interesting, other than Bitcoin Cash doing quite well in the last couple days, guys. So keep an eye on Bitcoin Cash. We'll see if that price keeps increasing. I hope we can continue seeing an increase in price on Bitcoin Cash, along with a lot of other payment-driven coins, to kind of push this altcoin season into start. Because we want to see an increase in price on not only Bitcoin Cash, a lot of like Dash, Zcash, all of them. Basically, because we want the BTC amount to be less. We have to get that clearance from all the altcoins. So, it's there. So we have got to get that, because we've seen on Bitcoin Cash, guys, recently, like I said, within a year, we could climb very easily to, 0.02. We could climb very easily to 0.04. We could climb very easily to 0.06, and we could climb very easily to 0.08, and so on, guys. So we could climb all the way back up to 0.20, which, like I said, puts Bitcoin Cash at about $6,150 US, to give you an idea of the magnitude. And that's just to get back where we were. Not to mention if it went well past that, guys, and I've been telling you since day one on here, Bitcoin Cash can easily compete with BTC if the user adoption is there. We just have not seen that up till this point. That's not indication that we won't see it. So, all right, that's about it for this episode. Catch you in the next one.